we start with points. Points. A point like this, point, no dimension, no dimension. Line, that is, you see points, you join them together, they form a line, and the line is one dimension. Then you have angles. You join lines together, you have angles. Then from angles you have plane. Okay, plane are two dimensions. Example is like a triangle is a plane shape. Then we have solid, that is 3 dimensions. Example, a cube, a cylinder. So here are the angles, acute angles. You can see from this, what is not defined here is that this acute angle is less than right angle. Right angle means 90 degrees, and acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. Angle on a straight line is 180 degrees. Obtuse angle is an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. Okay. Yes, but less than 180. Angle on a point or angle on a circle, this is 360 degrees. Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. Okay. We now move to, you see here, I don't know, so because we are using this note the way it is, but it would have been better we try here first. Let's look at this. A equals D, B equals C, E equals H, F equals G. Then finally, if these two lines are parallel, let's say line M is parallel to line N, then A equals E. We call it corresponding angles, you see. A equals E. Remember, M must be parallel to N. Okay, so all this relationship, so they can continue. If A equals E, so E equals H, and so on and so on. Back to this, there's a note. Let me add it. When we get it, we'll skip it. That is a note on polygon. Polygon. For polygon, sum of interior equals n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Sum of exterior, no matter what the exterior is, equals 360 degrees. I have added this note here to explain this better. You already know from these angles, angle on a straight line, that first S here, S plus Y plus Z equals 180 degrees. Angle, sum of angles in a triangle. But it's also that because a triangle has 3 sides. So 3 minus 2 is what? 1. 1 times 180 is 180. You see how it fits in. How this sum of interior angle. Now for exterior angles, first let's assign value to these ones. Let S be 60. Let Y be 70. If S is 60, Y is 70, what is Z? Thank you so much. This is 50. So because then we add to 180. Do you notice that then outside here will be 180 minus 50, which is 130, right? Now outside here will be 120. No, not 120. 180 minus 70 is 110. Outside here is 110. Outside here is 120. First, when we said sum, oh, you see my mistake. I didn't complete what I just wrote sum. I said it, I vocalized it, but did not write it properly. Sum of a stereo. Sum of a stereo. Sum of a stereo equals 360 degrees. This actually means that if you add all the stereo angles for this one we are solving now, what are all the stereo angles? The stereo angles here are 110 plus 120 plus 130. Can you quickly sum it? 110 plus 120 plus 130. Can you confirm that it's 360?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that is what that one means. Now,
So, but I didn't get how you were able to tell that this other angle was 120 and this other one is 1. Did you just guess?
no, you can choose any value in as much as they add up to 3. In as much as they add up to, you can choose any value, right? In as much as they must add up to just 180. They will not exceed 180. So we selected 70, 60, 50. No, 120 is an angle on a straight line. 180 minus 60. Yes. Yes. Why? Yeah. Yes. Now that is also what I'm explaining. The first stereo, the stereo with 60. Remember, angle on a straight line. Look at this. Angle on a straight line. You see this one, that A plus B. This is what is a straight line. Right? So A plus B is 180. So on a straight line too, the angle that is where there is 120 and 60, they are on a straight line. So 180 minus 60 is 120. 180 minus 70 is 110. 180 minus 50 is 130. Is that clear now?
Okay, hold on. Please go back to the angle is made.
Look at this.
The right of the is not clear. Go back to let me see.
So,
Something else is wrong though.
ma,
Okay.
is that clear now?
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay. So the parallel line. So we are not using that concept yet. Now the next one. What is written here that an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of its two remote interior angles. Right. And in some books we said the sum of two interior angles equals one exterior. Right. So the sum of two interior angles equals one exterior. All right. If you but the way it is stated here is an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of its two remote interior angles. Okay, now what does this mean? It means that 60 plus 70 is actually opposite of 50, but the remote opposite is 130. So 70 plus 60 is 130. 70 plus 50 is 120. 60 plus 50 is 110. Have you taken that? Can we move to the next concept?
Yes.
All right. So we have already talked about this transverse line. The triangle inequality. In any triangle, the sum of the length of any two sides of the triangle is greater than the length of the third side. Maybe you have joined a session where we utilize this, like to say like something 2, 3, 5 is not a triangle because 2 plus 3 is not greater than 5. So this is not a triangle. But 2, 3, 4 is a triangle because 2 plus 3 is greater than 4. Then the Pythagorean theory, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I think we have greatly been using that. You must have also joined a session where we use this. This is the Pythagorean triple. 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. So you can confirm. But another way, another important thing, maybe not too important anyway. How do we come with about 4, 5? You see, take 3 squared, add 3 squared minus 1 then divide by 2. 3 squared 9 minus 1, 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Take the 3 squared again, add 1 to it, divided by 2, it will give you 5. Try the same thing with 5. Take 5 squared minus 1, then divide it by 2. You see it gives you 12. Take 5 squared again, add 1 to it, divided by 2. You see that it will give you 13. This is how to create or how to generate Pythagorean triples starting with an odd number. Don't forget. Isosceles right triangle. Two things. Isosceles, then right triangle. Isosceles means two sides are equal. Then right triangle means one of them is already 90 degrees. I think it's self-explanatory, because if here is already 90 degrees and here are equal, so the remaining 90 degrees split into two, so 45, 45. Okay, let's move on now. But in this isosceles right angle triangle, the ratio of length, you see this place is side root 2, that is 1 root 2 is the ratio. This is another one. In 30, 60, 90 degrees, the ratio is 1 root 3 2. What does this mean? It means that if here is 20, then here will be 10, then here will be 10 root 3. Next concept. All you need to do is just say a little more focus. I'm going back to it. These are standard ratios. The curriculum, the GRE curriculum is not asking us to derive them. Knowing them is enough. It's not that we cannot derive them. In 45, 45, 90 degrees, the ratio is 1 root 2. Okay, 1 root 2. That is, if here is 10, here will be 10, and here will be 10 root 2. That is it. In 30, 60, 90, the ratio is, look at it. If you want to read it from the triangle, you see, the ratio here is s root 3 s and 2. So 1 root 3 2. So you can start, even if you start with a neutral number here, let's say 6. If here is 6, coming back to 1, it will now be 6 over root 3. Then if you extend it to this place, since you are multiplying this by 2, this will be 12 over root 3. The area of equilateral triangle. This is the area of equilateral triangle. The area of equilateral triangle is s squared root 3 over 4. That is, if we have an equilateral triangle like this, s, 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 this is the area. Parallelogram. Parallelogram are the main or the most important of important quadrilaterals. Why I'm saying that is because many other things are parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram is base times height. Parallelogram is simply opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Because of that definition, rectangles are also parallelograms. Remember that squares are rectangles, so squares are also parallelogram. Area is base times height. What we are calling base and height are two lines that are perpendicular to each other. This height and this base must meet at 90 degrees. diagonal of a right angle. This is just a fancy name, but remember, it's the longest distance in a geometric shape. So this line is the diagonal. Already this place is length, this place is width. Using Pythagorean theory, this place d will be d squared equals l squared plus w squared, which translates to diagonal equals the square root of l squared plus w squared. Perimeter of a square, you add all the sides, and I think it's better to know what is the perimeter, which is the distance around a shape, whether it's a triangle, even a circle. In circle we call it circumference. You add the distance around an object is the perimeter. The maximum area of a rectangle. Given a rectangle with a fixed perimeter, the rectangle with the maximum area is square. Given a rectangle with a fixed perimeter, see what they mean. Let's say that the perimeter is 10. Let's say the perimeter equals 10. If the perimeter equals 10, the maximum area will be the one that almost all the sides are equal, which will be a little difficult, right? If you say, because now we don't have, okay, we can actually get this. Okay, the area, the maximum area of, if the perimeter is 10, is going to be 2.5 by 2.5. 2.5 by 2.5 will give you the maximum, the highest, the greatest area. Let me just give you a clue of what this means. Try another arrangement. Another arrangement would be, let's say that here is 1 and here is 1. If here is 1 and here is 1, what is remaining? Are you here with me? 10 minus 2. So what is remaining is 8. So here will be 4, here will be 4. If here is 1, if here is 1, here is 4, here is 1, what is the area? Here is 1, here is 4. What is the area? 5. You are just missing this. Right. The thing is, we can actually take one thing and it will be much clearer if we take one. And also sometimes if you go to YouTube, if you want to do YouTube video one concept, so it will be good, very, very good. It will look interesting. But you know that we will not study GRE that way. You will not be able to meet up. We have already talked about the area. I can't forget saying that a parallelogram, the area is base times height. Base times height. I went ahead to say that a rectangle is also a parallelogram. That is, if you are forgetting that the area of a rectangle is length times width. Right. What we are calling length and width is also base and height. So in seeing this diagram, the current diagram, the area of 141 is 4 times 1. So the area here is 4, which is 4 times 1, and the area here is 2.5 times 2.5. You will notice that 2.5 times 2.5 is more than 4. Don't forget how we started this. Given a rectangle with a fixed perimeter, the rectangle with maximum area is a square. Given a rectangle with a fixed area, the rectangle with minimum perimeter is a square. You see, the rectangle with a minimum perimeter is a square. So I wanted to demonstrate that for you, that if you have you maximize the area when all the sides are equal. Any other thing you try will not give you a higher value. So, and we tried using 1441. Okay, now trapezium. I think we will stop at this trapezium. Trapezium. The area of a trapezium is base 1 plus base 2 times height over 2. But don't forget what is a trapezium. Looking at this trapezium here, also trapezoid, which one did they use here? Okay, they use trapezoid. You can see that a trapezium is simply triangle plus rectangle plus triangle. Some other time it can also be triangle plus just rectangle, but there must be at least one rectangle and one triangle. The sum of interior angle of a polygon, we have already discussed that one. Exterior angle of a polygon, we also discuss it. So where we are going to continue this class is we are going to continue with circle next time. Okay, so next time we continue with circle. Remember to try the Greg Math, mock, so that we can have more feedback. Okay, so thank you for joining me. Hello, do you have question?
No, I'll try it and let you know.
Okay, all right. Yes, what I was saying that time is that you skip the essay for now. The only purpose is not that it's just the main purpose is you skip the essay, you save time, you save 30 minutes. So you save 30 minutes, then do the math and English summit. Okay, bye.